Hey guys, CraptasticJack here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about The Crew 2 and their recent announcement regarding new content coming to the game. So, yeah, this little document that they put out the other day, this little article, has caused a little bit of a stir in the Crew 2 community, or what's left of the Crew 2 community, and I can definitely see why. I cannot read this without, the first time, I cannot read it with a straight face. I still can't read it with a straight face. Lie of the century here. The Crew 2 has had a fantastic first year. No, it fucking didn't. Stop fucking lying. The Crew 2 had probably one of the worst first years of any live service video game I've ever played. Calling that a fantastic first year, I don't want to see what a bad first year for Ivory Tower looks like, because come on, you can't just get away with saying that. You can't just put out The Crew 2 has had a fantastic year and actually mean it. I don't know who wrote this article. I don't know if they knew they were writing bullshit or not, but come on, that's just complete horseshit. And it just, again, it just takes away a lot more credibility of Ivory Tower's dwindling credibility that I have for them. How can I believe anything you say, Ivory Tower, if you're just gonna try and treat me like a fool? If you take me for a fool like this and make me believe that The Crew 2 has had a fantastic first year, nah, that's complete bullshit. Don't play me, Ivory. We would like to inform you that we will not be releasing any major content updates in the coming months. Cool. I'll be honest, I think they should just can this fucking game. Just start working on The Crew 3. I seriously hope by what they mean major content updates, I hope they mean that they're having a little bit of Ivory still kind of continue support for The Crew 2, but they're really starting on The Crew 3. Because, let's fucking face it, The Crew 2 is a fucking failure. There's no getting around that. So, I would rather have them just kind of dwindle down support for The Crew 2 and just start working more on The Crew 3 for next gen, because next gen comes out next year. So I'd rather have a Crew game for next gen than them trying to continue to keep this game on life support, because you gotta pull the fucking plug sometime. And now they're like, oh, rest assured, we're gonna have more live summits and bug fixes. Bug fixes. When was the last time we got some of those? There are still bugs in this game that have been bugs since the Crew 1's beta and never got fixed. And then there's some bugs that Ivory just seems to be creating. Like, the fucking headlights, the nighttime being stupid. What else? Recently, when you're doing challenges for the summit, like speed challenges and all that, what would used to happen is it would ghost everyone who wasn't in your crew. So if they were blocking the road or something, you could just go right through them and still do your challenge. But for some dumb fuck reason, they decided, okay, let's just not ghost anyone else who's outside your crew, so that way we can let them troll you and then just block speed traps with monster trucks and big ass cars, or ramming the people straight on as they're trying to do speed or shalom challenges. Who thought that was a good idea? Who the fuck is calling the shots at fucking Ivory Tower? It drives me up a fucking wall just seeing how much potential this game has, but yet none of it's being utilized. And it really, I have no confidence in whoever's leading Ivory Tower, because it's obvious they don't know what they're doing. It's obvious that this game, there's no direction right now. And that's really what a game like this needs, is a set direction. And this game just doesn't have one. And I could go on and on. This whole thing's been a shit show, especially on the Reddit and their Discord. Especially their Reddit. And I could talk all day about how a lot of the pit crew members are in, just that inner circle with Ivory. And I could talk all day about all that stuff. It wouldn't get anywhere, because Ivory Tower, even then, Ivory Tower, I've been told by people in that pit crew group that Ivory doesn't even listen to them half the time. So, if they're not listening to the pit crew, which you'd think, by the way some of the people in the pit crew fucking behave, you would think that they're all fucking high-minded and Ivory's they're the only people that Ivory listen to. But if they're not even listening to people in there, beneath that, facade, then it makes you wonder, where are they getting this direction? Where are they getting a sense of direction? Because what this tells me, from the very fucking first sentence of this paragraph, The Crew 2 has had a fantastic first year, it tells me that Ivory's learned nothing. it tells me that like what we've all our complaints and all the videos, all the complaints, all the submissions on the forums and everything, all of our feedback, it tells me that all of that's worthless. Most of that is worthless. That's what that tells me. If the people writing us honestly believed that the Crew 2 had a fantastic first year, then I don't see Ivory really coming out of their Ivory Tower. And you look up the definition of Ivory Tower, like, if that's honestly what it feels like. Like, I don't know who's calling the shots or who said this, because I doubt every developer at Ivory Tower thinks that this game is perfect. That's what the feeling I'm getting from this message. There's again, like Cam said in his really good video on this topic, there's a way to admit guilt or admit fault for something, but not outright come and say our game's fucked. Look at Need for Speed. Like, they didn't say that Need for Speed Payback's like speed car system sucked, but they just outright came and said we've removed it from Heat. So that right there tells me that Ghost Games saw that and they learned from that experience. They learned from Payback, and hopefully a good way, and hopefully it turns out to reap the rewards with Need for Speed Heat. But with the Crew 2, they don't seem to be listening. This right here tells me that they've learned nothing from Gator Rush. They've learned nothing from Demolition Derby. So they learned nothing from their first year. So this just tells me that Ivory Tower really don't give two shits about what we think. And at the end of the day, it's not worth it's not worth too much getting into. It's not worth getting too angry about, because in 2 months' time, Need for Speed Heat comes out, and that game can be worse than Need for Speed Payback, and it will still be leagues better than the Crew 2 ever will be, especially if Ivory Tower keeps up this fucking attitude that they've had. That's all for now. Have a good one.